Hey guys, this is Mr. Torres. Glad to hope you guys are doing a-okay. So here we go for the remainder of the school year, which is only like a couple weeks or so. We are going to be focusing mainly on historical thinking skills. So that's going to be sourcing, context, corroboration, close reading. We're going to be looking at a lot of these historical thinking skills just to kind of brush up a little bit, and so that way we don't lose these valuable skills that you need in history and in life. So for U.S. history, what we are going to work on, what you are going to work on this week are two activities, very short, and it's focusing on sourcing. So just to kind of go back to what exactly is sourcing, here is a lovely reference sheet that I do have for you to look at. Sourcing, you're looking at who wrote the document, what is the author's perspective, when was it written, where was it written, why was it written. That's going to be a pretty big one here when we start looking at these. And is it reliable? That means, can you trust the document? Okay, so, and also you might look at context for another document that we have in the PowerPoint slide. So when we're looking at context, which I'll let you guys know when you're looking at the context piece, you're looking at when and where was the document created, what was different then, what was the same now, how might the circumstances in which the document was created affect the content. But again, I'm going to let you guys know which document you're going to use context for. So let's take a look at this real quick. I'm just going to kind of go through some of these slides with you real fast, so that way you know how to go through the documents correctly and you know exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so again, we're focusing on sourcing as a big one. Now, this one here is called the Dome Hospital. This is a World War I document. So with this one here, you are going to actually be using both sourcing and contextualization, context. So just to look back again, context, when and where was it written, what was different then, what was the same, how might the circumstances to which the document was created affect the content. Now, for sourcing, you'll be using that as well. Here's all the things we got to think about when we're sourcing. A big one you're going to look at is why was it written, okay? So let's take a look at the document for the Dome Hospital. This is the picture of the Dome Hospital. And as you can see, there are people laying in beds. All right. Now, you got to read the background information, okay? Now, the highlighted piece of information is very important when we are looking at this, okay? So, it says the Dome Hospital was a large English concert hall that was changed into a hospital during World War I. It was used to treat Indian soldiers, so these are soldiers from India, who were wounded while fighting the German army in France. India was an English colony, so India used to belong to England during this time. The British government gave this guy named H.D. Girdwood permission to take photos that would increase Indian support for the war by showing the good care given to Indian soldiers injured during the war. Okay, so that whole piece that I highlighted is very important because this gives you, though, why this document was created. Okay, why was it created? Well, it says right here, increase Indian support for the war. Okay, anyway, some more information. This is called the Dome Hospital. It was taken in 1915 by H.D. Girdwood. The location is in England. There are about 689 beds in the whole hospital. These beautiful seaside palaces have been converted into hospitals for the Indian troops. All right, now let's take a look at your questions. So your question here is, why might the background information above lead you to question the photograph's reliability or trustworthiness as evidence of British medical care for Indians? Okay, so why might the background information make you question the reliability? What do we know right here? Why was this picture taken? It says right here in this yellow. Okay. Question 2. What was one thing you would want to know about Girdwood or how he took the photo? That's totally up to you right there. What would you like to know about the picture on how he took it? Okay. But I'm going to stress this one more time. That question 1, what information in the background information will cause you to question the trustworthiness of that photo? Guys, it's right about in here. What do we know about this photographer? He was given permission to take photos. Maybe he could be paid? I don't know. But the information is there. You just got to read between the lines a little bit. Okay? All right, second document. We talked a little bit about child labor during the Gilded and Progressive era. So here's another document focusing mainly on sourcing. Again, that's a big skill that we're looking at. So again, with sourcing, we're looking at who wrote it, what's the author's perspective, when, where was it written, why was it written, and can we trust it? So here we go. It says the photograph shows the Breaker Boys in a Pennsylvania coal mine in 1911. Their job was to break coal from larger rocks. The photograph was taken by Lewis Hine, who traveled around the country taking photographs of children working in a variety of jobs. Here are some additional facts that you got to keep in mind. So one additional fact is Hine was paid to take the photograph for an organization that opposed or that was against child labor. Number 2, Hine had been a teacher in New York City before becoming a full-time photographer. And number 3, children who worked in the mines were often unable to attend school. So when you look at your questions, you got to look at these additional facts as well. So you only got one question for this. Which one of the 3 facts that I just covered might cause you to question the trustworthiness of Hine's photograph as evidence of what working conditions were like for children in the mines? Okay? So you need to go back and look at these additional facts, 1, 2, 3, and you need to think about which one is going to make you question the trustworthiness of that photo. Okay? And when you figure it out, you need to say fact number, whichever one you pick, might cause me to question the trustworthiness of the photograph because, and you give me your reason. Okay? So that is what you guys are working on this week. If you have any further questions, feel free to email me. My email is in the Google Classroom at the top. It should say Continuous Learning Resources. And enjoy. Have a great week. See you guys, or talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.